Alright, I'm Paul Kneppers. Just came back from a 2-week training camp. Yeah, I did a 2-week training camp, first week in Calpe and the second week in Castellón. It was good weather, perfect for training. And this time I did kind of something new. I combined, I used races for training. And not just any races, I used 2 stage races. The first one was the Costa Blanca bike race in Calpe, 4 stages. And then the next week, there was the Mediterranean Epic, also 4 stages of racing. So 8 days of racing in 2 weeks time, plus some extra training, which is kind of tricky. But I have the advantage of having quite some kilometers in my legs already from my road bike career. And I think this is gonna work out pretty well for this season. So first stage, Costa Blanca. First stage was okay, it was kind of normal, felt good. First race ever, first ride ever with mousse on the tires, which was really necessary and felt really good on the rocks of Calpe. And yeah, just only had one little mechanical problem halfway, could fix it pretty fast. It was hard to catch up with my group again, but I managed and finished well. Second stage of the Costa Blanca. This was the time trial. This was actually the only stage for me that I wanted to do a good result. So I put a lot of time and effort to prepare a special bike for this time trial and also other time trials that are coming later on. This day it was actually kind of a nightmare because halfway the stage I went off the course. The guy in front of me, he went off the course. I just was in my focus. I followed him without thinking, and at some point I found out that we are out of the course, and yeah, we did the whole extra loop back to the route, and still went full gas on the climb just to try out the bike. Also, the bike was perfect, light, 8.5 kilos. Never had a mountain bike so light, but it was really sad that I couldn't do a good result. I was like 29 in the classification, I think, in the elite category. And I was calculating, and I think I could have done like 17, 18 in the classification, but this was kind of a disappointment. Third stage of the Costa Blanca. Third stage was cancelled because of the wind. They cancelled the stage. Of course sad, but on the other hand, it wasn't so bad for me, because for me it was a training week. And I knew that I had a second training week, so 1 day of a little bit less effort is not bad at all for me. So I went for a training. It was like a 3-4 hour training on a low speed, low effort, like zone 2, which was also good. And I did actually the course of the 4th stage just to check it out. And I had to be a bit careful with the wind and the air and the trees that were on the path. They felt of the wind. So a bit cautious, but it was good training. But I also found out that it was not the best thing to do for the 4th day. Stage 4, Costa Blanca, 56 kilometers, if I remember well. And well, so the day before I checked out the route, I discovered that that was not in my favor. I did it in a zone 2 pace and found out that the last part of the race, like the last hour, was steep technical climbs. And so I was thinking in my race I should save some energy for the last part, and that was a wrong decision. I went way too slow on the beginning, I found out, and so I entered in the last hour with the technical steep parts, and that was not so steep at all actually, I found out. And I just went full gas in the last hour, passing a lot of people, but yeah, already pretty far behind in the field of the riders. So yeah, I learned training is one thing, racing is another thing. Racing, you can just go full gas from the beginning, and you shouldn't think too much about what is coming. You will see what will come, and you will adapt to it in the moment. Mediterranean Epic, stage 1. Stage 1 was a time trial. Again, this time is different. It was uphill and then also downhill. The finish was down at the coast with a technical descent, Well, it went well. Time trialing never has been my strong point. I prefer to race in the groups, not alone. But it went really well. I felt good. I felt like I could push well until the very end in the finish. Stage 2, Mediterranean Epic. That was a stage of 2.5 hours. And that went well, normal, no problems, no mechanical problems, all good. Didn't go on my limit, but almost again. And there was one new thing for me, never happened before, is that actually, since I'm only doing mountain biking for 4 years now, my downhill techniques still needs to improve. And I'm working really hard on it, also together with coach Nick here in Girona. And this time, for the first time, I actually kind of attacked in my group downhill. I went in front of my group and I catched up with the group in front of me in the downhill. That never happened before, and that was really good feeling. So all the effort we're putting on it the last few years, improving the techniques, is going really well now, improving. Stage 3, that was a really hard one. The longest stage of all the racing I did the 2 weeks, it was 80 kilometers with a lot of single tracks and a lot of climbing. It was really hard. Went well. I just decided to go hard on the beginning, like you do always in the mountain bike race, and everybody's doing that. Went well, felt good. I was with a nice group for a long time, and then at some point, like only 1 hour to go to the finish, that's where I kind of snapped mentally. It was too long for me to keep the focus and keep on suffering a little bit, because all the technical single tracks during all the race, you had to focus all the time, and yeah, at some point I was too tired, I think. And so this is an improvement point to long stages, to stay focused and stay mentally strong. And last hour I just went kind of easy, tried to enjoy the views, and just finished. 4th stage, Mediterranean Epic, last stage, and also last day of my 2-week training camp. One last time, I wake up in the morning, tired. I didn't know how the stage was going to be. Well, I was warming up and a good coffee, and I actually felt really good. Probably the best stage of all, and just had the good focus right from the start. I could go full gas the first climb. I was in a good group, stayed in the group, and could keep my focus the whole stage. So that was really happy, and also had my best result that day. So those were my 2-week training. Like I did 8 races, well actually 7 races in 2 weeks, plus some extra training. Went well. I came back home. Of course I was tired the first 2-3 days, but less tired than expected. So I think this was a really good thing. Also I was in the good shape to do this, to recover well, because if you're not well trained you cannot do this, of course. And so now still in the resting week. This whole week I will do very little training, and then my real goals are coming, and I'm really looking forward to. I really feel good on the bike, and in fact I never felt so good on a mountain bike in my whole life. It's very enjoyable. Like if you sprint up a mountain with a mountain bike now, it doesn't feel like suffering. It feels like enjoying the bike. It's really nice to be in a good shape, and so of course always still things to improve. I improved a lot, but still I want to improve like a little bit mentally, to stay in the good focus also after a time of racing. And I also still want to improve quite a lot actually in the downhills, because I can improve still a lot. I saw that in those racing days. We were still working on it. So this was the resume of my 2-week training camp. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, give me a like, and then you can comment below. See you next time.